How does democracy produce an accountable, responsive and legitimate government? So the democracy produces these three types of government by giving the citizen the right to examine the process by which decisions are made. The democracy allows people to choose or elect the government, choose who is going to govern them, and also give the right to citizen. That is, we have, for example, RTI 2005, Right to Information Act. So these decisions are made according to the norms and procedures. That is, there is a periphery where the laws, rules and the other regulations are going to be made. Inside this only the government can make. So there are norms and procedures according to which the decisions can be made, and these decisions are acceptable to the people because people are also involved. If we add this to the basic fact that in democracy the people have a right to elect their own government, that is, I can choose that this party should govern me or this party should govern me, and the candidate which is elected is thought to be capable enough to fulfill the demands of people, and now he is answerable to the people also. What are the conditions under which democracies accommodate social diversities? So social diversities in India is too much. Vividta, samajik vividta, that is, we have Hindus, we have Muslims, we have Parsis, Sikhs, we have the Brahmans, Vaishya, the Kshatriyas and the Shudras, the untouchables, and linguistic like Tamil speaking and say Gujarati speaking, so many of them. So democracies accommodate these social diversities as I just discussed when it is well understood that democracy is not just the rule of the majority, and the rule of the majority is not just the rule of single religion or religious or social community. It is for all. Each and every social diversity partition or the social diversity is acceptable and respected, and all the things are done not on the majoritarian basis but for every social division of the country. Give arguments to support or oppose the following assertions. Industrialized countries can afford democracy, but the poor need dictatorship to become rich. So now these industrialized countries can afford democracy, but the poor need dictatorship to be rich, and this statement is incorrect. If we take the example of India and Zimbabwe, in 1947 India was included in the third world nation, but now it is one of the fastest growing economies in the world. If we talk about Zimbabwe, which was fairly prosperous nation at that time, has run into huge international debt with the progression of Robert Mugabe regime. Democracy can't reduce inequality of incomes between different citizens. So what will be the argument? See, democracies can't reduce inequality of incomes between different citizens, and this statement is incorrect. The Minimum Wage Act enacted by the government and other policies which regulate the basic price at which the agricultural producers and small industries sell their goods, they have helped increase the per capita income of the country, thereby making its citizens more prosperous. Though the pace is very slow, but still we cannot say that this is correct. Then comes, government in poor countries should spend less on poverty reduction, health, education, and spend more on industries and infrastructure. So what we can say here is, government in poor countries should spend less on poverty reduction, health, education, and spend more on industries and infrastructure. And this is not a very good option or a wise option, because in poor countries we need roti kapda makan first. The people cannot afford health and education service, right? So every poor country first should look into the people should be healthy, they need to have the education, proper education, and they should have money in their pocket. The industries and infrastructure, even if they are made, they won't be able to utilize it because they just want 2 times of bread. In democracy, all citizens have one vote, which means that there is an absence of any domination and conflict. So in democracy, all citizens have one vote, which means that there is an absence of any domination and conflict. This is not true, as conflict can be eliminated only in an ideal situation. Even if in your family, sometimes your parent, your family members, they may have some conflicting situation, conflicting ideas. So in real democracies, though every person has one vote, there are divisions among the people, like the social division, the thoughts, the emotions, the way they live. So these divisions led to conflict. Identify the challenges to democracy in the following descriptions, and also suggest policy institutional mechanism to deepen democracy in the given situation. So following a High Court directive, a temple in Odisha that had separate entry doors for Dalits and non-Dalits allowed entry for all from the same door. So the challenges to democracy in the first statement is to provide equal status to all the citizens in spite of their caste. Even if they are Dalits or whichever caste they are, there has to be a single door. A large number of farmers are committing suicide in different states of India. Now the challenge of democracy in this is the poverty, the loan, the debt, that is providing farmers with subsidies which will help them to earn profits and have a satisfactory level of livelihood. Otherwise they will be in the debt chakra or debt, you can say that they will take money, they will not be able to repay it because the crop will not be that good, or some problem will be there, and they will take the loan to pay the another loan. So this is how they will be inside a circle or loop of debt, and finally when they are not able to pay, they will take the route of suicide. Following allegations of killing of 3 civilians in Gandwara in a fake encounter by Jammu and Kashmir police, an inquiry has been set up or ordered. Now the challenge of democracy is to preserve the people trust in government arms like the police. That is, the government people cannot just kill people or do anything bad with the people, because the government servants are actually servants, they are knocker. And also the corruption is a very important phenomena. That is, people come to the government sectors and they just want money. And that is why they do things which are not acceptable. In the context of democracies, which of the following ideas is correct? Democracies have successfully eliminated the idea of public inequality, and it is somewhat conflicts among the people it is able to eliminate, but the idea of political inequality is correct. In the context of assessing democracy, which among the following is odd one out? And the answer is majority rule. That is, if we assess democracy, that means we cannot have a majority rule. Even if there are 100 people in 100 people, there are 99 people of majority and 1 people is in minority, they have to be given equal value, equal status. For example, in Belgium, we have seen the Germans are only 1%, but they were also given the proper representation. Studies on political and social inequalities in democracy show that inequalities exist in democracy. So this is what we see. So these were the question and answer. Thank you so much. Take care.